All right. Hopefully everybody can see my screen
Yep, you're good.
with the presentation. Awesome. All right, cool. So like Blake mentioned, my name is Samuel. I'm the lead for the Mo Chen group. Over the past 10 weeks, we've been working very closely with our client Mo to create an exploratory data analysis site so that people who are new to Python and data analysis can learn all about it in one place without having to download an IDE like VS Code, and then can instead put all of their information on the site. Here's our team, as you can see, not including myself. There's only 4 people, which was one of the struggles throughout this time. But I feel like it makes it even more impressive how much they were able to accomplish in just 10 short weeks. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it off to Nima to talk about the opportunity we originally saw.
So our opportunity was to create a website that teaches people the fundamentals of exploratory data analysis, which is really important for training and improving AI and also for optimizing technology. And it's one of the most important steps, and it involves investigating patterns and cleaning up the data to make it more understandable by the AI algorithms.
So in response to the importance of data analysis, we decided to create a website with interactive exploratory data analysis. It actually has an embedded programming environment so that people don't have to download Python or any packages or CSVs or deal with that, so that they can get straight to coding. And it lets them clean and explore data, write code, create graphs and visualizations, and even share their work online with a portfolio hosted on our site with data sets such as LinkedIn jobs, credit card churn, and stock prediction. So I'm Lucas. I did front end, back end, and data science. So one of the obstacles during this internship was our lead, Samuel, was absent during a demo. So I decided to lead the meeting and go through each of our work so that our client, Mo Chen, still understood our progress that week. And for this, I earned Intern of the Week. So another time I had trouble merging or combining our work with another teammate. So because this is a team project, I decided to set up and get on calls with Duncan, the backend developer, and we were able to fix features that broke during the merge and successfully combine our work. The last obstacle was the poor user experience on our site. So I created widgets for buttons, cards, and text to make them user-friendly and fit with the color theme. I also made it possible for users to style their text in posts and comments in our community in something called Markdown, such as bolding text or making code blocks. So this internship was filled with growth. And the first thing I learned a lot about was communication. We as a team of 5 were working towards a single product, and communication was key. We talked to each other to help each other with code problems and to make progress. I also learned how to learn new technologies throughout this internship. I learned Django from scratch to make the framework of the site, including the data, pages, and URLs. And I also utilized GitHub in order to collaborate on work and combine each of us, our work to make a final finished product. Lastly, I also learned a lot about handling multiple roles, data science, front end, and back end. I learned to more efficiently manage my time and priorities, and really enjoyed learning a lot from working and connecting each role together. And now let's move to Mason's obstacles and what he learned.
Hi, I'm Mason. I'm a front-end developer, and so 2 obstacles I encountered on this website was one, I had working with Django as I had very little knowledge and with it, and often ran into problems, especially with linking files because of its specific syntax. And then secondly, there were certain tasks in the front end that required a lot of complex HTML and CSS methods. So to fix these problems, I mainly just had to go online and find different solutions to figure out how to solve it, as well as also getting help from Samuel. So from these obstacles, I learned how to use Django and its specific syntax. I've figured out how to efficiently solve problems by finding different solutions and sort of figuring them out. And also, like Lucas said, this is a multi-person project, so I also learned how to use version control and how to work with other people's changes so that they all fit together without conflicts easily. Next is Nima.
I worked on back end and a little bit of front end and data science. So for me, the biggest problem was password verification through email. The mail provider that I wanted to use, Mailjet, didn't work with Gmail, so I ended up going a different route and using a security question instead to have the password change. And I also had very little Django experience, so I had to learn as I went, but I was able to figure everything out. I also had a lot of unexpected problems with deployment and setting up the settings page, but documentation was able to help me figure that out. I was able to learn how to solve problems a lot more efficiently by using resources on the internet. I also learned how to quickly and easily deploy a website using Fly and learned how to figure out new technology and navigate unfamiliar topics. Now passing it over to Duncan.
Hi, I'm Duncan, and I'm one of the backend developers. One of my obstacles was not knowing how to use Django and having to learn along the way. Another one was that I had a hard time finding a good sandbox and finding a good theme and create extensions to customize the sandbox experience for the users. I learned how to use Django and create an effective backend for a website. I also learned how to create a sandbox that was effective and learned how to access files in it. I learned how to find solutions to problems by using tools like ChatGPT and other sources. Next, we're going to show a demo of the website.
I think Nima's getting that up. She has two computers. All right, there we go.
Okay, so this is our landing page. Throughout the website, we tried to add as much theming as possible to make sure it's a user-friendly experience. So from this, we're able to sign up so that the user can create an account to save their progress. We require a username and password, and then also an email address and a security question to help change certain settings and increase security. So then this is our homepage for when the user signed in. As Nemo will show what this looks like in dark mode. And basically we have I think 4 different courses plus a sandbox which you can work in, and next Duncan will show how those work.
Okay, so I created the sandbox and I implemented all the courses into the sandbox. So if you click on one of the courses, it will load it up. So click on one of the courses, it will load up, auto load every course when you click on every link. And I also implemented a way to save the files for the user. So if you type something in the files and click save work, it will load the user data. I also made it so that when you change the site to dark mode, it changes the theme of the sandbox. So like once it's in light mode, it will change the sandbox to a light mode theme. Next, Nima will be talking about changing the settings.
So for settings, I set up a change username and change email feature. So right now I set test@gmail.com as the email. So if I just change it to test1@gmail.com and enter it, it'll take you back to the homepage. And then for username, you can change it to anything as long as it doesn't already exist. So I update it, and then you can see it change over there and also right here. So I'm going to pass it over to Lucas for the community page.
Hey, this is Lucas. I really enjoyed working on the community. So let's start by creating a post. So you can name the title or anything. And one of the greatest things about this community is it supports Markdown. For example, you can add headers and even code blocks. And another thing is that you can embed a notebook. For example, we talked about the sharing feature and we want people to have a portfolio. So if you go on your course and simply click the share link, it'll take you to the global link for your okay. Hold on, give me a second. About that. Okay. So yeah, you have a global link and you can simply paste it into the create post. It actually has detection for if that's a valid link. For example, if I take part of the UUID out and click post, it'll say invalid. But if I paste the valid link, it'll actually make a post. Okay, so yeah, here it embeds the notebook and you can also click there to go to the real notebook. This allows people to post their entire notebook for people to help with code. And as you see the markdown here works, you have a header, bold, and code blocks. In addition, it shows the name, the title, and you can also click upvote, see if that post is helpful. In addition, you can add comments. Here we go. And whenever you have multiple posts or comments, it also turns into pages, so it doesn't get cluttered. And that's all. Thank you.
Did any of you guys have any questions about the project?
Any questions? If no questions, then let's give a round of applause to this team. Great work these past 10 weeks. I know working with an external client like isn't easy, but you guys manage it very well, and I commend you for that.
Santosh, did you have a question?
I was trying to clap, but I
Oh,
accidentally.
okay. Yeah.
Right,
I just want to like really commend my team because they put in a lot of work, especially this past week, to make sure everything was done. And we came like pretty close to the wire. We did 4 hours last night, starting at 10 o'clock, and going till 2 this morning, and then doing a couple more hours today to make sure all of the merges worked. So I just want to say I really appreciate all of you. You guys did an amazing job on the website, and it looks fantastic.